What is up, Nuggets fans? I'm back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Nuggets 103-101 win over the Utah Jazz last night in Utah. We are now 9-8 on the season, one game above 500. You like that, especially after this team started 1-6 this year. And you get a win in the division. We're now 2-3 in the Northwest Division this season. You beat Utah, get your first win over them this season. It's always great to beat them. Utah's always a tough place to win in, so good win on the road by the Nuggets. Looking at some of the good things we did here in this game, you outscored the Jazz there in the second quarter, 36-20. Really blew this game up there in that second quarter. We went on 30-9 run there in that second quarter. The Nuggets did a great job of hitting threes in that quarter. Darrell Arthur had two, Wilson Chandler had one, Gary Harris had one. We did a great job as well of attacking the paint, getting high percentage shots. Gallo had an N1 in the quarter, Hickson had an N1 in that quarter. And he did a good job defensively of protecting the paint, forcing them to really play perimeterly, offensively, and did a great job of really playing at a chaotic pace. I mean, we really played fast and really did a good job of kind of forcing the Jazz to play the tempo that they really were not comfortable playing at. And a lot of that had to do with Nate Robinson. I thought he was phenomenal in that second quarter of really facilitating our offense and getting us going, getting us playing fast. That was huge for us in that second quarter. We played phenomenally well in that quarter. Darrell Arthur had 10 points for us in the second quarter, and our bench unit, those guys were huge. That second unit really came in and blew this game open. Our bench outscored the Jazz's bench 38-13. Again, they were a big reason we were able to blow this game open in the second quarter, got us playing at a chaotic pace, playing at that fast tempo that we want to play at. You had 48 points in the paint. You did a great job for the most part in this game, not really in the second half, but in the first half of getting those easy buckets in the paint, getting those high percent shots at the rim. That was big for us. And then again, even though you played bad in the second half and you almost ended up blowing a 20-point lead here on the road, you executed well down the stretch in that last minute or two. I thought our defense was phenomenal, especially on that last offensive possession by the Jazz. I thought our defense on that possession, phenomenal closeout, phenomenal rotation there by the Nuggets, great block by Timofey Mozgov. Just a great job by the Nuggets of even though you let this team back in the game, even though you blew your 20-point lead, you still executed down the stretch when it mattered most there in that last minute or two. Ty Lawson hit a huge shot as well with 30 seconds left to eventually finish out this game. So you like seeing that. You like seeing the Nuggets being able to keep their composure down the stretch and still execute enough to pull out this win here on the road against Utah and not panic. Ty Lawson was phenomenal for the Nuggets in this game. He's just been a double-double machine for us so far this season. 15 points and 12 assists here for him against the Jazz. He had 4 rebounds as well. He was 6 of 15 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line, and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He had 7 of those 15 points in that first quarter. Did a great job as well in the third quarter when we were kind of sputtering out of control offensively, of still getting some guys some easy shots there in that third quarter, attacking the teeth of the defense and setting up some easy shots for us in the third quarter. Then obviously hit a huge shot for us there with about 30 seconds left to give us that 2-point lead where he's just trying to draw the foul. Very tough shot by Ty, but great job of him of knocking down that shot. And again, the first quarter came out aggressive, did a great job, had a beautiful reverse left-handed layup. Was great drive, great finish by Ty. He did pick up his dribble a little too much in this game. I thought he got a little hesitant there, especially in the second half. The Jazz started playing a little more physical with him. He didn't really like that, but still hit a clutch shot when we needed him to. And again, I've said it all season long, Ty Lawson's a catalyst of this offense, and when he's going and when he is facilitating the offense and he's aggressive and attacking, that's when we're at our best. And he was phenomenal again, distributing the ball. 12 assists for him in this game. He's now 4th all-time in the Denver Nuggets franchise history on the most career assists with the team. So he has just been phenomenal this season, averaging a double-double in points and assists. I've said it before, I think he's the best passer in the NBA right now, and he continued to show that here against Utah, finishing with 12 assists. Wilson Chandler also was great, 15 points for him as well, 4 rebounds. He was 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. He had 8 of those 15 points in the third quarter, hit 2 big corner threes for us that were set up by Ty Lawson there in that third quarter, then also had a big 3 down the stretch in the fourth quarter. And I thought, all things considered, his defense on Gordon Hayward was pretty solid. I thought he played pretty physical defense on Gordon Hayward, even though Hayward still had a pretty good game and still did a pretty good job of scoring the ball. I thought Chandler, for the most part, forced him to really work for his shot here in this game. And lastly for us, Kenneth Faried, even though you look at his stats in this game, they might not pop out. He was huge for us in the fourth quarter, and we don't win this game without Kenneth Faried's energy, especially in that fourth quarter. He had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 4-9 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Not a great statistical game from Kenneth, but the plays he made down the stretch for us in the fourth quarter were huge. This game was tied at 83-83 at one point there in the fourth quarter. The Jazz just went on a 22-4 run to get back in the game, and then we went on like a mini 7-0 run to get back up 90-83, and it was because Kenneth Faried that we went on that little run to get the lead back and kind of, not panic so much anymore and kind of keep our composure, was because Kenneth Faried and those plays he made in the fourth quarter. He had a huge offensive rebound after he had just blocked a dunk attempt by Rudy Gobert, and the play before that, he had a beautiful defensive play where he took a charge on Gordon Hayward to give us the ball back. I mean, those were just those three plays were huge for us, and we don't win this game without Kenneth Faried. And again, great job by him of making some plays defensively. Again, drawing the charge on Hayward, blocking Rudy Gobert, which is just insane on his dunk attempt, and then obviously hustling back down the floor, getting the offensive rebound and kicking it out to a wide open Aaron Aflalo, who knocked down a three. That was just huge for us. Great job by Kenneth Faried, playing with some immense energy there in the fourth quarter. Now looking at some bad things we did here in this game, we got out-rebounded pretty significantly here by the Utah Jazz. They out-rebounded us 48-39 here. They had 14 offensive rebounds. It really was their big guys, Enes Kanter, Rudy Gobert, Trevor Booker. Those guys combined for 11 of Utah's 14 offensive rebounds. That was a big reason they were able to get back in this game. They did a great job of creating some second chance possessions and second chance point opportunities there, primarily in the second half. And again, Enes Kanter, Rudy Gobert were a huge presence on the offensive glass for the Jazz here in this game, and a lot of that had to do with Mozgov getting into early foul trouble, but that really killed us. Got to do a better job on the defensive glass, got to box out, got to be more physical. We were outscored in transition 15-3 in this game. Did a poor job of playing fast on the offensive end. Again, I thought our offense, with the exception of that second quarter, played pretty slow in this game. The tempo really wasn't where you'd like it as a Nuggets fan. And we really just did not execute well in transition. And on the flip side, they did a great job, Utah, of really kind of sparking their offense and sparking their comeback by scoring in transition. Again, 15 fast break points for them. We got to get back in transition. And then you foul way too much on the defensive end. That was a big reason they were able to get back in this game. You commit 22 fouls. They had 30 free throw attempts. 10 of those 30 free throw attempts came in the third quarter, which was the start of that 22-4 run that got them back in the game. Again, this has just been a reoccurring problem for the Nuggets. I feel like a broken record. This team just needs to find a way to defend without fouling, because we get lazy on the defensive end, we get beat off the dribble, we get too grabby, we're just too unaware on the defensive end. You can't allow a team to have 30 free throw attempts when you only have 17 and then commit 22 fouls when the other team only has 15. Now granted, Utah definitely got the benefit of some really crappy calls by Mark Davis and that officiating crew, but still, defensively, you got to be more aware, and you can't be lazy. You can't foul. You can't commit 22 fouls and give a team that many free throw attempts and free point opportunities. So that really killed us. And again, that was a big reason the Jazz were able to come back there, especially in that third quarter. And then offensively, you settle for way too many perimeter shots in that second half. You shot 9 of 26 from the three-point line in this game, which isn't terrible. It's like 35%, but still, you took 26 three-pointers. You just really settled way too much there in the third quarter and at times in the fourth quarter for the three-point shot, and that's kind of the problem I think sometimes offensively we get into. If Ty Lawson isn't attacking, we just kind of get three-point happy, and that can't happen. That it almost cost us here in this game there in the second half. Again, 26 three-point shots. You got to attack the rim more. You got to get more high percentage shots. And then on the defensive side of the floor, you give up 46 points in the paint. Again, this team did a great job of scoring off offensive rebounds, getting second chance possessions, and scoring at the rim, getting those high percentage shots. Alec Burks did a great job attacking the rim throughout this game. Enes Kanter and Rudy Gobert again did a great job of scoring off offensive rebounds. Gordon Hayward was great in the first quarter, getting to the rim. Just way too many points in the paint. You gave up here to the Jazz. That was a big reason they were able to get back in this game. And obviously, the third quarter was really where it kind of all fell apart for the Nuggets. We were outscored 34-21 in the third quarter, but the Jazz went on a 22-4 run that extended in to the fourth quarter there in that third quarter, which eventually led them to tie the game at 83. Just a really terrible job of executing in the third quarter, just coming out of the half and really playing lackadaisical, lazy, careless. And you can't have that. You got to play with a sense of urgency. Even though you were up 19, 20 points, it doesn't matter. This team's come back on a lot of teams so far this season, especially at home. Utah's a tough place to play, and we just kind of dropped the ball there in the third quarter. Again, Jazz did a great job of getting to the free throw line. They had 10 free throw attempts in that quarter. And again, the offensive rebounds by Kanter and Gobert just killed us. The presence they had inside with those two guys, getting those second chance opportunities, those second chance points, things really hurt us in the third quarter. And Alec Burke was also great for them. He had 8 points in the third quarter, did a great job of scoring in transition, had a couple of nifty finishes around the rim, had a big dunk in transition, and we just really failed to execute in that quarter. Settled for three-point shots. You get outscored from the free throw line. You foul too much defensively, and again, you can't get a defensive rebound to save your life. Gordon Hayward, of course, was great for the Jazz here in this game. 25 points, 5 rebounds for Gordon. He was 3 of 6 from the three-point line and 8 of 8 from the free throw line. He had 11 of those 25 points in the fourth quarter for Utah. Did a great job of kind of facilitating and running the offense for the Jazz in the fourth quarter. Hit a big three for them. Hit a big jumper over Wilson Chandler. Very tough shot to tie the game at 99. He was 4 of 4 from the free throw line as well in the fourth quarter. And we did a poor job of going underneath screens, primarily Wilson Chandler on him. That's why he was able to shoot 50% from the three-point line. And he was great again for the Jazz in the fourth quarter. But I thought for the most part, from a physicality standpoint, I thought Wilson Chandler did a good job of kind of bothering him with his physicalness and again forcing him to work for shots throughout this game. But he was great for the Jazz in the fourth. Tanner and Gobert combined for 26 points, 22 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds, and 3 blocks here in this game. They also combined to shoot 11 of 26 from the field. Again, they were just a huge presence on the offensive glass for the Jazz. Did a great job of creating some chance points for the Jazz and second chance possessions. They also both did a great job of scoring off offensive rebounds, playing below the rim and scoring there in the paint, really dominated in the paint. Both those guys did a great job of really taking advantage of Mozgov being out. We kind of had an undersized lineup, and they're a long team, man. Those two guys, they're really long guys, especially Rudy Gobert, 7'9" wingspan, took advantage of us kind of going with the undersized lineup and Mozgov being out, and they were just phenomenal in this game. Kanter had like 10 points there in the first quarter, kept getting Mozzie with the shot fake and got him in foul trouble and did a great job of scoring off those fakes as well. So on 9-8 on the year, you get a divisional win, which is huge. You're 2-3 in the division. Last season you were 5-11, so it's good to already have 2 wins in the division so far this season. Get a win in Utah. 1-0 against them now this season. Just a solid win for the Nuggets. Not the best performance. A lot to work on. Got to be better defensively. You got to defend without fouling. Got to be better on the defensive glass. Got to attack more as well on the offensive end. So definitely a lot to improve on, but still a good win for the Nuggets on the road. If we want to have any chance of beating Portland, again, this is a team that's really had their way with us and has destroyed us already twice this season, I think by like an average of 15 or 16 points. So definitely a tough challenge for the Nuggets. We'll see how they do tonight. So that's my recap. Thanks for watching. Great win for the Nuggets over the Jazz. Definitely not the best performance, but hey, a win's a win. So we're 9-8 now on the season. Hopefully we can get that 10th win tonight against Portland. Go Nuggets.